Well, all good things come to those who wait. That's an old saying in English, which really does apply truly to the VW Virtus. Yes, VW is selling the Vento for the last 10 years in India, almost 10 years, and people are waiting for the new version of the car to come out. And boy, the wait has really been worth it, because you can see the difference between both these cars. Very boxy and square and outdated design, and this one, which replaces it, really looks very cool, very sporty and very nice indeed. So what are the big differences between these cars? Well, as I just said, this one is really old and outdated. This one is all brand new. So in today's video, we're going to drive this car around and show you some interiors, the exteriors, and tell you the features as well as how it is to drive. But before that, let me just do a quick walk around review of this car and tell you how it is to drive. So my camera will come close to it and show you how it is. Now in terms of the looks, as you can see, it looks really very flashy. In fact, from a distance, it looks like a miniature version of the Jetta. It really looks that good. It gets that Jetta-like swag, Jetta-like design. A lot of chrome up ahead. Grille is in chrome, GT badge over here, and the bumper also is in chrome. Very stylish chrome. It's not overdone, so very well balanced chrome design. Side profile again looks very muscular, and these blackened out alloy wheels look really sharp. Now these, of course, are 16 inches and they look quite good. In fact, as you can see over here. And they're also very wide wheels, 205, so they are quite grippy enough. We'll talk about the grip when we drive this car, of course. Side profile, again, a little bit of chrome to give you that excellent look. And the back end of the car really is the highlight package. It looks very muscled up. You get a spoiler, very, very subtle spoiler, very discreet spoiler. And of course, you also get these lamps, which are blackened out to give you a very cool and smart look. Virtus badging again, and the GT badge over here. And of course, you open up the boot and see that this is the biggest boot in the segment. It's the same boot as the Slavia, 525 liters. Nice and deep, bit of a loading sill, but not too much. And if your mother-in-law comes on a regular basis from the hills, or you have to pick it up from the airport after a long trip abroad, this is the car which is going to be the best in the segment. Overall, the looks of this car definitely have that Jetta swag, and it looks much more premium, much more expensive than what it really is. Anyways, now let's jump inside and show you the interiors of this car. Well, I'm sure by now all of you are aware that Woodmo are the online expert when it comes to spare parts. And the best point is that they have the spare parts for all vehicles available in India. So even if your car is out of production now, maybe you have a large generation model, even then they have the spare part available. They have the entire catalog. And the best point is that they have the same spare part from a host of different component makers, which gives you great flexibility in the pricing overall. Well, so I'm inside the cabin of the VW Virtus, and I have to say that the cabin is a very nice place to be. First of all, what you'll really appreciate about this car is this. Fantastic. And if you open the door, there's a door warning signal, which you just heard over there. Yes. Now you close it side off and you hear that fantastic sound. It's a very safe car. It feels very safe at least. And you also get cool front seats, which is my favorite feature, especially on a day like today when the temperatures outside are almost 40 degrees. So this is a fantastic feature both for the passenger as well as for you. The seats also are good in terms of comfort. The comfort is quite good. And this is a feature which its main rival, the Honda City, doesn't have as yet. Yes, the City still doesn't have cool front seats, but the City seats, I feel, are slightly more comfortable because these ones feel a little hard and they're just a bit too tight. The City seats offer you a little better cushioning. That's certainly the case. Apart from that, what else is nice? What the City doesn't have is the completely digital gauges. It looks really cool, really fantastic. If I can take my cameraman's camera from him and show you the gauges, you'll realize what a cool design it is. It looks just fantastic, and you can change it around. You can do a lot of stuff with it. You can make it look a little different, and you can check out a lot of features on this car. Oil temperature, the gear display, distance to empty, stuff like that, average economy, whatever you want, you can highlight it and check it out over here. So that's something very cool. What's also cool is this big 10-inch screen. This display is very good. And it's nice and easy to operate. It also comes with a few apps which are preloaded, the Khana app, Booking.com, as well as some other apps as well. And the quality again is very good. What I don't like though is this touchscreen or touch panel for the AC is similar to the one on the Skoda Slavia, and it just doesn't feel nice on such an expensive car. And also you have to take your eyes off the road because it's really very low. So you have to take your eyes off the road like this. Something that maybe VW should improve on, and this is something which definitely City does better with those nice and circular knobs. Overall though, it's a nice place to be in, it's a decent place to be in, and comfort level and overall cushioning of the seats is decent. Now let's jump in the back seat and see how good those really are. So let's quickly show you the interiors of this car now. As you can see, the front seat has been adjusted from my height and driving position. My for reference is 5'10" in case you've forgotten. Knee room is quite substantial over here. As you can see, it's quite good. The front seats have been raised up, so you can easily stretch your feet. And what you also like about this car is the fact that you get two Type-C charging points over here. So in case you still use the old school charging ports, the USBs, you'll have to throw them all out and buy new ones for yourself. AC vents is something which all cars have, and pockets at the back, door pockets at the back, which again most of the cars now have. Now how is the seat comfort? Well, the seats themselves are decent and quite okay in terms of the comfort over here. They're not as comfortable though, or as cushiony as the Honda City, which is its main rival. Now you might say, why am I saying this? Because I am driving the Honda City right now. It is part of my long-term fleet and I have that car, so I have a very good reference point. And the seats here just feel a little hard and a little more tight than they do on the City. Cushioning and padding could have been better. And the backrest angle also feels like you're sitting a little upright. Would have been better if they just relaxed it a bit. So that's again one area where I think the City has the advantage. So overall, not a bad place to be in isolation. I think in terms of overall seat comfort, I'll give it 8 out of 10. But the City still gets a solid 9 out of 10 because that car has more than enough space to be sitting in the back. Well, so here I am driving the VW Virtus and you get this car with the same kind of engine and gearbox configuration that you get on the Skoda Slavia. So you get the same 1-litre turbocharged petrol and the same 1.5 turbo petrol. And it doesn't really matter which engine and gearbox you choose because all the engines, both the engines and both the gearboxes, the automatics and the manuals, are an absolute hoot to drive. If you are a keen driver, if you call yourself an enthusiast, if you are someone who always enjoys going on that long distance journey, then this is the perfect car for you. You'll really enjoy your experience inside this car. And the reason for that is that everything is really engaging. The steering wheel feedback is very good. The overall chassis dynamics is excellent. And it's a very accurate steering wheel. The 7-speed gearbox, the automatic gearbox, the dual clutch especially is just wonderful to operate. It's a fantastic gearbox to operate. You can use the paddle shifters here behind the steering wheel and it just feels very taut, very tight, and the steering response, chassis dynamics, everything just feels absolutely first rate. So officially, if you're in the market for, as I said, a sporty kind of a car to drive, then forget everything. Forget the Skoda Slavia, forget the Honda City, and forget any other car. This is the benchmark now when it comes to pure driving pleasure and when it comes to pure driving thrills. Now, talking about the engine performance, the 1-liter turbo engine is very good. Initial responses are quite decent. It's not very bad in terms of the turbo lag. It's quite acceptable. There's a little bit of lag initially, but it's quite okay because the mid-range is very punchy and the top end is also very good. But of course, if you choose the 1.5, then it's at another level because the performance of that engine is absolutely brilliant. It's just breathtaking, and sometimes the acceleration is so quick that your head will bang against the headrest over here. So you'll just have to be careful with your right leg sometimes before you flex it. The other thing about the Virtus is the fact that it masks its speed very well. It does a very good job of masking its speeds. So before you know it, you might be doing 90 to 100 kph, which are illegal on most Indian highways. So that's something you've got to be very careful about. And these are small things, small details, which you need to keep in your mind before you drive this car, because it is a very quick car. It's a performance-oriented car. So that's something which you need to keep in your short list before making a decision. Highway stability, I don't have to tell you, it's a VW product. It's excellent, very stable, very reassuring, very nice car for the highway. City use also, it's quite good. Unlike this Skoda Slavia, which is very stiff in the city, this one seems to have its balance in the suspension done very well. And it's at par with the Honda City, which really is the benchmark when it comes to pure ride and handling balance. So it's got the Honda City covered in that department as well. And of course, as I said, if you call yourself a keen driver, definitely this is a better car to drive. The City is more oriented towards comfort and the suspension is more comfortable. This one, as I said, is a better mix of sporty handling as well as overall comfort and agility. So in that department, VW seems to have done its job very well. Anyways, it's time now to wrap up this video review, and after that we will talk about the summary report and tell you how this car is in terms of the details and if you should buy it or not. Well, if you're in the market for a sedan car and you want something which offers you an engaging drive, offers you a very nice and comfortable cabin, it also offers you a completely digital experience inside the cockpit, then definitely the VW Virtus is the car you should go for. Its main rival is the Skoda Slavia, its own cousin, because they share all the components. But I think the advantage that this car has over that one is that it looks stylish, much more stylish than that car on the exterior, and the VW badge still has a lot of respect and commands a lot of respect in the Indian market. Overall, my vote is with this car if you call yourself a keen driver and don't mind spending a little bit of extra cash. Definitely choose this one over the Skoda Slavia. How is it compared to the Honda City? Well, we'll give you a definitive comparison very soon, and after that, you can choose for yourself which one has the advantage. So bye for now, and thanks so much for watching.